Children of the night, what music they make. They're all gonna laugh at you!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What's up?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brain.
It's 8 p.m. on Tuesday night. The Wheel of Fortune is over. Welcome to Final Guys, where tonight we go large to talk about the medium. And as always, I'm joined by most of us. Thai Food, Jason Brandt.
Hello.
Medium coffee or cafe au lait, Jack Campisi.
Light and sweet, baby.
And Tim Meyer, already out of the running for perfect attendance in 2022.
Oh my God, that guy.
The trend continues.
Will anybody notice that he's not here?
Yeah,
Fair
if
question.
you just put a picture of him holding a beer and looking like he's asleep, I don't think we'll notice at all, right?
I gotta stop wearing black completely blend into the background. I look like a floating head.
A big floating pale head.
Damn it.
Oh, Lordy. So, anyone who's watched or listened to all 200 whatever episodes of our nonsense knows we always start with drinking words. Who's going to read them tonight?
I'll do them. As always, thank you, Sheridan. All right, Jack, your drinking words tonight are incest and suicide. Hunter, yours are sister, act, and shudder. Very nicely done. Is not here, so we'll just save those. And then mine are mail, game, and footage. And the bonus words are Thailand, found, and shaman.
Yo, shaman. Shaman ranks. All right. I think we need to slide right into Jack's DMs where all the news goes.
Slide into my DMs.
Are we just doing it?
No, we need the bumper.
It's the news. Yay. Well, I meant like if anybody had announcements or something. We usually
Fuck it. Who cares? It's the new year. We got nothing going on. We needed the clarion call of the news bumper to wake everybody up.
Welcome to It's the News, Yay.
Award
I got actual news. Number one. Anybody here a fan of the Final Destination movies?
No, not really.
I like the beginnings. I like parts of the first three. How about that?
No, I think the first one's actually really good. Wasn't there like 4 or 5 had like
5.
a really killer sequence in it?
Well,
There
they
are
always have
5
that
of
like
them.
mousetrap kill scene. That's always cool.
Yeah.
But then people talk and it ruins everything.
Well,
Just
they're
like
developing. They're developing a new one for HBO Max, and the guy who directed the new Spider-Man movie, John Watts, is producing this thing. That's
John
pretty.
Watts?
That's pretty high pedigree because this is like this new Spider-Man movie is like the 6th highest grossing movie of all time now. So
Is it
We
really?
can't go.
Jesus.
We can't go by that anymore. That's not a barometer of goodness. Avatar is like still number one, right?
Avatar's a good movie. Shut up.
Oh, it is not.
It is. James Cameron's the man.
whatever you think of it, it's still to go from that to a Final Destination movie.
Yeah.
You think like,
Okay.
but
Oh, he's
HBO Max,
producing it, so
Yeah.
I don't know what is the correlation between having a good director producing your movie. How often does it end up actually being good? I don't actually know.
nobody will ever know. Only person who knows is Tim Meyer.
Let's look at Eli Roth's catalog.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I like the sound of it being on HBO Max because that means I'll watch it, even though I think I saw the first Final Destination and probably none of them since then. So
I am just like, what is our future going to be with all these streaming channels? Because like I just started watching Yellowstone. So I subscribed to Peacock so I could watch the first 3 seasons. And I was told I have to subscribe to Paramount to watch the 4th, but then Paramount Plus or whatever to watch the Yellowstone prequel. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have a Vanilla Faces sighting. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm cutting down on all the streaming stuff. I'm going to keep Shudder. I keep trying to get rid of Netflix, but we always end up picking a main feature that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And Prime. That's all I'm going to keep. I'm tired of playing this game. Everything's on some new streaming service. HBO is, I mean, they get really good movies, so I guess it's worth that, but it's expensive.
We should find friends who can just lend us their logins. Like that was what we need to do, a circle of streaming trust.
You can do it. These things give you like a bunch of logins. So
yeah, let's all figure out who's
share
got
it
what
with the family.
We'll share.
Except freaking Shudder, by the way. If I log in like in my basement and then I try to log into my office, it's like, oh, put in a code on your phone. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Really?
Yeah, it only gives me 2. That's it.
Oh.
Even if it's the same house.
Well, just think, if you had a movie you made on Shudder, you still wouldn't get the code for 2. Now that we know how the sausage is made there.
All right. I have some sad news. I know you guys are going to be busted up by this one. I'm sorry to report that the Amazon series I Know What You Did Last Summer has been canceled after just 1 season.
Who
that came out?
Are you okay? Is everybody okay?
I literally didn't even know that was out.
Oh, it's out and it's gone.
Wow. I mean, if it doesn't have Jennifer Love Hewitt, I don't care. Yeah. I cared very little to begin with, much less without her in it.
Jason's exactly right, though. I had no idea. I kind of like heard, like I'd see something on like a website every once in a while about it, and I wasn't sure, is this already out or not? So
Amazon didn't even promote it to me, like on the home screen or anything of Prime or like nothing. That should be in my wheelhouse. All I watch on Prime are horror movies.
I saw the thumbnail and I was like, no. It's never gonna happen.
I don't know. I don't need like 10 to 14 episodes trying to figure out who the guy in the raincoat with the hook is going to be.
I would watch it if Jack was the Jenny Love character running around in a wet white t-shirt going, "What do you want from me?" Like if I could get that, I'm in.
I'm down with that idea.
So I can arrange that.
Get to work. Another streaming service wants to pick this up. You're going to have at least 3 subscribers to watch it.
I was working on my version of The Client List, Jennifer Love Hewitt's like last series, where she was like a massage therapist who was also a call girl.
What? That exists?
Oh yeah, it's quite sexy.
Holy cow!
I remember when that was on, but I never watched it.
It'd be right in my wheelhouse for a remake.
Starring Sydney Sweeney or whatever her name is.
No, me as the Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, you. We should just put you in everything. Party of 5.
Handy Jack.
The Ghost Whisperer.
What was the show she did that was a spinoff of Party of 5?
Party of 1? I have no idea.
Like shit. Time of My Life or something like that. When I went to Hollywood, I toured the studio and I sat on one of the sets of that show, and I got some Nutter Butter peanut butter sandwich cookies while I was there.
Love how you remember the cookies you had while you were there. That's so ridiculous. I just feel the horror world was shortchanged. We didn't get enough J-Love, but whatever.
Have you ever seen the movie The Raid, which is like it's like an action classic?
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually seen it. Indonesian movie. I've heard it's amazing. Michael Bay is producing a remake of it for Netflix.
Oh Lord!
Now again, the magic word here is Netflix. It's on Netflix, so if the trailer's okay, I'll check it out. I need to go back and watch the original now because all I've heard is that it's a classic.
It is. I'm interested in this. Is Michael Bay? I don't know.
Netflix and
Netflix restored my faith a little bit over the holiday. Did you see Don't Look Up?
Yes.
That sci-fi Jennifer
No, I
Lawrence
didn't watch that yet.
movie. That was really good. And
That was Michael Bay.
No, I'm taking Netflix.
Oh.
And the new Sandra Bullock movie where she's an ex-con, that was good too.
Nope.
So there's some good stuff coming out there.
Michael Bay peaked with the Rock for me.
Did he do The Bay? That would be fitting if Michael.
No, but
Bay
that would have
did
been
The Bay,
awesome.
which is a good movie.
So, but Jason, you seem like the Raid would be right in your wheelhouse. What's your thoughts on that? The original one.
It's a good movie. I like it. I like the sequel too, if I recall.
Ooh. What's the
Yeah,
sequel called?
there's some good stuff in it. Just people
The Raid
getting
2.
shit kicked out of them in a building.
Nice.
That's my jam.
That's all we need.
This remake is going to take place in Philadelphia in a drug-infested Badlands area.
Called Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Is it South Philly?
We could
born and
Or
raised
North Philly? I can't remember.
on the playground where they spend most of their days.
What did you see the reboot of that show where
Oh,
it's a
God,
serious
did you
drama?
see that trailer?
I was like,
The
God,
Fresh Prince remake. Did you see that, Jason?
Carlton.
But they're remaking that
They're
show.
doing
I didn't
a
even know
gritty reboot of The Fresh Prince that's like all serious. It's a drama where Will is involved in gang violence, so he moves to Bel Air with his family, but like his past is trying to catch up to him, and then he's got to deal with Carlton's like a badass in it. Which
Just
that.
so
Is this
not
for real? This
Carlton.
isn't a parody trailer.
oh
No, it's dead serious. They were talking
some
about it.
some
all this morning.
YouTuber made a parody trailer.
I remember that.
Will Smith loved it, and now that kid's like an executive producer on it.
Oh my god.
I mean, no, two things. I need Uncle
give up.
Phil throwing Jazz out the door every few episodes, and I need Carlton and the It's Not Unusual,
Yes.
or you've lost me.
You know, when this show ends, I feel like I'm just never going to watch new movies again. I'm just going to stick to like 80s movies.
Stick to the road.
Like this news is depressing me so hard. Oh my
all
god.
bad.
It's all bad.
The last piece of news is I know we're all big Saw fans here. They're talking about doing
Jason's quitting on the show right here.
they're talking about doing another Saw movie, but the people who are making the movie said that fans of John Kramer might be happy, hinting that it might be a John Kramer story that would go back to, I don't know, I guess the Saw 3 era. So Jason, you would be getting, prequel's not the right word, but it would be back in order.
Oh, a rejiggering.
It's
Yes.
it's an out of order sequel
Why?
Wow.
because they foolishly killed off the Jigsaw guy and now they're desperate to get him back.
That was a mistake.
Did you see the Chris Rock one? I did.
Nope.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Is it any good?
It's goofy as hell. It's so stupid. You should
Wow.
watch it because it's funny, but it's not good.
I've only ever
Watched-
seen Saw once though. I've never watched a single sequel.
I think I saw up to 4, but with like less and less interest. It's just it's on whatever.
I have so little interest in that.
I like
Well-
what Chad just said. Chad Lusky said, "I want every remake, sequel, and Marvel movie to totally flop, so Hollywood would start releasing some original stuff again." Ooh, look at that! Shots fired, Disney.
I'm pretty much with you, buddy.
Ben Affleck said he's like done with like the big property films. He said he's after the
Good for him.
Justice League experience, he's like enough. People aren't going to the movies anymore. He was in that Ridley Scott movie that nobody saw. It's supposed to be pretty good. The Last Duel.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
nobody saw that.
So we'll see.
I'm wondering what's going to happen to big budget movies. I think that might be a thing of the past. Like, really, how much are you going to get?
I don't know.
Under
Spider-Man
time.
just made billions of dollars, but
It's hard to Hollywood's so screwed up right now between COVID and wokeness. Like, movies are such a crapshoot. It's insane. Like, I've never been to the movies less in my life than I have. Like, releasing stuff again, and I'm just not going because I just don't give a shit.
Right.
Like, I've never cared less about seeing new movies. It's really bad.
That Matrix movie, they said they're about to take $100 million bath on it.
Oh,
That's
did you watch
huge.
that?
No,
I didn't see the movie.
I watched it. It's embarrassing. That's the nicest way I can put it. It's an embarrassing pile of shit.
Oh, well.
They said the word binary so many times while talking about the pills. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to freaking kill myself.
Should have been a drinking word.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There was a drinking word in tonight's movie that if it was on there, nobody could survive. Mink.
Which one? Oh God.
The girl's name?
Oh God.
Mink! Mink! Constant. God, they should have called it Mink the movie.
All right, that's all the news that's fit to print.
And we dare you to print it. All right, guys. Now, without Tim, we can get through this faster and maybe, get to what we like to do. Much of nothing, quicker. So, on with the show.
We have such sights to show you.
All right. So, I think we're going to go with our usual leading man, tall drink of water, Jason Brandt.
You were really bearing the lead there. You said that so slowly.
I feel like channeling Jack sometimes when he just Shatner's.
One of you watched Last Night in Soho, right?
I saw it in
did.
the theater.
We
Well, I
all
mean, I
watched
meant
it.
one of you's reviewing it tonight. I said that.
Oh,
I
no.
am.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I'm going to lead off with that. So I wanted to sneak this in because, awesome director, Edgar Wright.
Mhm.
And I forgot to bring up all the IMDb links. So this is going to be interesting.
bye.
So I really wanted to see this. I love the guy's work. It had a good budget and everybody said there was horror in it, including Jack. I think this is a really good movie with pretty bad horror stuff in it. I thoroughly enjoyed the look and the direction and the camera work and all that. And it's a pretty cool story. But man, there's a bunch of ghosts in it at one point, and it looked bad. I don't know why. It wasn't intense. It wasn't scary.
Mhm.
So this might be the only time ever when I said the horror part of a movie was my least favorite part. But it's 100% true here. I liked pretty much everything but when they try to introduce some scares. That part didn't work for me. But otherwise, it's a good movie. But if you're looking for a scary date night movie, I probably wouldn't do this one. Do this one on like a Thursday when you're just hanging out. You want to see a decent movie.
You know what? I feel the same way. It's beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
And Anya Taylor-Joy she's the best of her entire generation. The minute she pops on the screen, you're like, everything stops.
This girl, Thomasin McKenzie, she was great too.
She was fantastic.
I don't know if I know her from anything, but the acting.
He was in Old.
In what?
Old.
Oh,
Was she? Oh, okay. All right.
she's
I haven't
trying to
even seen
forget
Old.
old.
Yeah, I hate that movie so much.
I would love to. I watched that movie on New Year's Eve, and I remember saying, "I'm like, if somebody walked into this movie and didn't know it was horror, I would love to see their face when the horror shit happens." And I'd be like,
Yeah.
"What? Why?"
Yeah,
It's
like
so jarring. The
just
music is
ghosts
phenomenal.
out of nowhere.
Oh,
I
because
love the
it feels
whole
like it's going to be
story.
a romance, and that something in the past is going to teach her something about the future, or something like that, or she's going to at least maybe solve a mystery at the most. But
Yeah.
because I heard people talking about this might be one of the best horror movies of the year. I knew going in, but I mean, I went in the theater and it wasn't too crowded, but it didn't look like a horror crowd. It looked like a pretty mainstream crowd. But I mean,
Yeah.
goddamn, the music in this movie is so amazing.
The music is great in this movie. There's so much. There's all the good far outweighs the bad. And when we talk about horror, there's like 10 minutes of horror in a 2-hour movie.
Yeah. It's just weird to me that everything else is so well done. And this guy's done horror before well. It just isn't good in this. I don't know why.
And a lot of the special effects were done in camera. So like when they were doing that dance sequence,
Yeah.
I
Very
think that they were like switching out.
Oof.
Yeah,
they
there were definitely some hidden cuts. They would go in front of the camera. It looked phenomenal. It's not. Chad asked if it was like Velvet Buzzsaw. It's not
No.
pretentious like that.
No.
It's
No.
way better. Way better movie.
It's a gorgeous, well-made movie that just had to I guess I don't know why they shoehorned the horror in there, but
The effects were hokey. Like the ghosts just kind of looked.
yeah.
It was like I felt that way. I thought Come True was a pretty interesting movie, but I thought the dream sequence looked a little like early CG
Right.
at times.
See, that worked for me though, because that was in dreams. This was, I don't know.
Despite this made my top 13 list. I think it was in my top 5.
I thought about it because I really loved it. I'll watch it again.
I would too.
Just as a horror movie. That's why it wasn't on my list. Just as a horror movie, it just didn't work for me. But every other thing was pretty good.
To me, I don't know. Anya Taylor-Joy is just she's on another level. She's ethereal at this point. So ethereal,
Okay.
I say.
All right, it's getting.
I'm not in love with her.
A little creepy in here.
I'm not getting that way about it. She's just arresting when she's on the screen. It's like some people are. Ned
She's
Beatty.
so good looking. Oh my god.
No, I'm not saying good looking either, because I think she's kind of strange looking, but she just has a presence that most people don't have.
She has cartoon eyes, like she's drawn like she looks like a Disney character come to life.
Did you ever see Futurama? Remember Kif, the alien that married Amy, the Asian girl? She kind of looks like Kif. If you could find a picture of Kif and put him on the screen, Jason, that would be amazing.
Wait, what's it from?
Futurama. He used to be Zap Brannigan's like lackey.
Drama. What was the character?
It's Kif. He was like this green alien.
Like KIFF?
I think it was, or Kip, something like that. But if you can find him, that's the closest thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I really want to be in a horror movie.
I can bring that up.
Uh-oh.
Is this what you're talking about?
Oh, that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Anna Taylor-Joy eyes.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying. Just saying. I wish I had her eyes. I wouldn't be in this fucking living room doing a show with you guys. All right, Jack. We just killed 2 birds with 1 stone, so you're up now.
Over the break, I watched a bunch of 2021 movies. So between the next couple of weeks, I'm going to sprinkle in several that I watched.
Mhm. Same.
One of them I watched. Remember, I mentioned that it was a good year for vampire movies. I squeezed in yet another good vampire movie.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Before New Year's Eve. This one is super, super low budget. I mean, if they gave us, if we pooled our money to make a movie, it would look like this. Like they did it with no budget.
Oh, God.
It's called Red Snow. It's very well written and acted, though.
Is that what you pee with a UTI?
It is a struggling vampire romance novelist. Is in her. Hold it. Wait for it, because you know who that is?
Hell yeah.
Vernon Wells.
God
almighty.
I'm not going to shoot you between the eyes. I'm going to shoot you between the balls.
Bennett.
Wow.
Let off some steam, Bennett.
Vernon Wells is a legend, man. I love that guy.
So this is this woman. She's a vampire romance novelist. She's trying to write a book. She's at her house up in Lake Tahoe, and then something hits her window at night, and it's a bat. So she puts it in her garage, like a cardboard box, and then the next time she goes in, it's like a naked guy. It was a vampire who got injured by a vampire hunter, Vernon Wells, and so then he's like healing in her garage and talking to her, and he like reads her book and gives her pointers on what's wrong with it and stuff like that. Then there's some other vampires out there, and it unfolds. It looked like it was going to be horrible, but I read some good reviews of it, and I watched it. I was like, actually, if you just keep reminding yourself that they had no budget, but they really pull off a fun movie. I hope this one makes it to Shudder, because it would be a perfect Shudder movie. Pop it on, you'll enjoy it, and you'll kind of like expect lower budget stuff there.
Was I right seeing it's Australian?
I don't no idea.
I saw that on one of
Vernon Wells is Australian, so
they did not. None of them spoke with accents besides him. But
Australians are great with that.
He's awesome in it. I mean, he doesn't have a huge part in it, but he I mean, just having him there was like, yes. I mean, there any doubt as to whether I should rent it or not? I was like, oh, well, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy. If you have $6, he will be in your movie. I've seen him in some sci-fi originals that I was like, damn, dude.
Can we offer him $10 to do the show?
He might do it.
Fill in for Tim?
He wasn't wearing the chainmail sweater that Bennett was wearing.
Have you seen Commando in HD?
No.
I think I have.
Chainmail looks kind of like it's made out of cloth.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
that's beautiful.
Great.
So
Red,
Red
Snow,
Snow.
huh?
Yeah.
Delightful.
Where was it? Amazon?
It just came out. I got it on Prime. Yeah.
Okay.
I rented it for like $4 or $5.
I'm gonna check that out. That actually, the story kind of sounds interesting to me. I'm curious.
Yeah, you and I wish we had some monster to help us.
All right, back to me, I guess.
Yeah.
I watched Slacks finally.
Yes.
Yay!
This was on my list forever, and every time it was ready to watch a movie, I was like, oh, this is gonna be just a pile of shit. I don't want to watch this. I need to be in the right mood. I watch enough bad movies as it is.
Yeah.
You guys said it was actually a pretty damn good movie, so I figured, what the hell? And you were right. This is, I mean, it's ridiculous, obviously.
Totally.
But the way they handle it works. Like it's tongue in cheek, but it's not like over the top stupid tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know, everybody plays it seriously.
That's how comedy works.
It's interesting. And like just the pants had SS on the butt, which just cracked me up every time I saw it. And then when they would like, after somebody died, you would see the pants like mopping up the blood, like, so that nobody knew what happened. Like that was always so well done.
Yeah.
And there was a point where I was thinking the CG pants in this look phenomenal. I don't understand how they're doing it. And then they show at the end of the movie, it's just somebody with a green suit on holding pants up and moving them around. I'm like, oh my God.
Genius.
Yeah. It's the simplest thing. All they did was remove a green screen or a green person, and it totally worked well.
The dance number. Come on.
Oh, I love the dancing.
Yeah. Is this the best movie you're going to see? No. Did it make my list? No. Was it trying to be the best movie? No.
No.
It's just fun. It kind of shits on like YouTube influencers, that whole kind of culture, which I appreciate because they annoy the shit out of me.
Yep.
So it's just a fun movie. Like this is a perfect Shudder film. Like
I agree.
Just a low budget, watch pants kill people kind of movie.
But it's smart. It's a ridiculous premise, but it's smart. And if you just took the pants and made it into some kind of monster instead, you get the same exact movie, and people would take it more seriously.
Mhm.
Like it's just like insert monster here. It happened to be pants, and they came up with a good reason for why.
It's the best britches slasher movie of all time.
Yeah. I mean, you look at this image and you're like, yes.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, but I loved it.
It was a lot of fun. It was a good, and it's short. Thank God.
Yes.
Like that. You want to talk about a movie that would wear itself out? If it was 100 minutes, you'd be like, oh, okay. I can't watch these pants walk around anymore.
20 minutes too long.
You're exactly right. Did not wear out its welcome. It did what it had to do, and it got out. Thumbs up.
See,
Good stuff.
Jabbercaroni says Slacks is pretty bad, but you're not a vanilla face.
Yeah, that's
Eh.
right.
You are anti-Bollywood. All right. Well, we got from a fun movie to a movie that was no fun at all. I finally watched The Forever Purge. Because I like all the Purge movies.
I think what was the first one with Frank Grillo? Was that 3?
2.
That was 2.
Okay.
2.
Then I think I saw the first 2. I don't think I watched beyond that.
3 I thought was a blast. That's the one, wasn't it the one with the Miley Cyrus song with the VW bug with all the lights? Now I'm getting them all confused.
I thought that was the second one.
Maybe the second. I like the one that was set in Staten Island, where we learned Marissa Tomei is the reason this is a shit show. So this one takes place now. They've ended the Purge, but now they decide to bring the Purge back. This is it's so political. It's out of it. It's so heavy handed.
Yes, that's such a great point. I'm totally going to interrupt your review. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I heard, oh God, now I can't think of his name. He's a producer for Blumhouse. He was on Shockwaves. Ryan
Orion Turek.
Ryan
Seacrest.
Turk. I heard him talking about that. People complaining about how political this movie is. And he's like, they've always been political. And that's true, but it wasn't this heavy handed. Like I could just in the trailers see how bad this was getting.
Yeah. They pulled back because it's kind of Western. They pulled back on the reins a bit at one point in the movie. A couple of people from Longmire TV show.
Yeah,
So
Cassidy
I like
Freeman.
that. Yeah. So you know how all the other Purge movies have this element of kind of like glee. This has none of it.
Really?
There is more explosions per capita going on in this fucking movie because it's basically they are trying to get from this ranch to El Paso to get over the border. So this is a thing where this terrorist group has decided we're just going to keep purging to get rid of everybody who ain't an American. We're going to kill all the illegals and anyone who likes them. And we're just going to keep on purging. So it's, and Mexico says, well, we'll open up the border. Anyone can come in for the next 12 hours. So it's this family of like Yellowstone-esque ranchers. Another person from
This really is a
Longmire.
Longmire.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of like why I liked it. It gave me that Longmire feels to it. But the amount of murder and explosions in this movie is out of bounds. So in a way, I liked it. In a way, I didn't like the heavy-handedness of it. But there's also an element of dopiness and sheer violence that was kind of fun. So
How
I
can
didn't
a
mind
Purge
it.
movie not be heavy-handed though? I mean, that's the whole thing.
I know. It was just the whole building the wall and people coming. It's like, yeah, we already went through that. But whatever. It was fun
There's
in
just
a way.
point where it's so on the nose, it's annoying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we
Be a
get
little more
what you're
creative.
doing. You don't have to tell us what you're doing. I can see it. You know, like
There was a moment though, because this guy who's a rancher and he's got lots of money. He's got his ranch hands, and one of the guys is a Mexican who him and his wife came over illegally, and he's like the horse whisperer and stuff, and they don't like each other. And there was a point where like the Mexican guy says to him, he goes, I know you don't like me, and like kind of like why? Oh, he says because you're a racist, and the guy's like, no, I'm not a racist. He goes, I don't care what anybody is. He goes, I just don't think that people should intermingle. So it was like this great moment where you could have had this like woke point, and I'm like going, and the Mexican guy goes, yeah, I agree. So that's where it kind of pulled back a little bit and said, yeah, here we go. So it's not like the other Purge movies. It's
I was gonna say,
very
you kind of
different.
had me on the mayhem aspect. That kind of sounds interesting.
The mayhem in El Paso was totally crazy.
That,
So I
that
would
kinda
watch it
sounds fun.
again. I mean, I'm complaining about certain things, but again, I think The Purge is one of the stronger series out there.
Maybe I'll have to check it out.
You'll hate it. I'm telling you right now.
okay.
You're just it's gonna pull all your triggers.
When it shows up for free, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll get it for you for your birthday.
It's a Purge gift certificate. Thank you.
Yay! Now let's build a wall. All right. Who's up? Oh, Typhoon is up, right? Or you, Jack?
It's Jack's turn.
I have one that I recommend, Red Snow, but this one is on Tubi, and I think it should be something that you watch like next week.
Oh,
This is a movie called Faking a Murderer, and it is a documentary style movie made by these two guys who are trying to cash in on the true crime trend. So the movie's kind of like it's set up like a documentary where they decide that they found some weird videos of this creepy guy talking and saying some scary stuff like on YouTube or something like that. And so they're pitching to like a movie studio or a production company or something, you know, like, we want to make this movie and we want to be the investigators. And they're like, well, if you ever investigated anything before? They're like, no, but we know we like these kind of shows and stuff like that. The two lead guys are morons, and they're hilarious together. And they're in real life. They wrote and directed the movie too.
and starred in it.
And starred in it.
They're like Mel Brooks.
It's another, low budget movie. So they they get the money and they start making the movie, and they're going way over budget, and they have no idea what they're doing, and they interview some private detectives to help them, but then they realize that it's going to cost them way more than they have money for, so they start going to like a really cheap discount kind of guy who may be scamming them. You don't know, but eventually they start working their way towards finding this mystery guy and the creepy guy from the video. So the whole thing is kind of unraveling. It's kind of like a parody of Making a Murderer kind of things.
Right.
And then kind of just when I was getting to the point where, okay, well, I heard that this was a horror comedy. I've had enough of kind of this. Where's the payoff? And like exactly when I started to think that, it changes gears, and they kind of get to where you want them to get to, and all kinds of shit happens. And so the payoff is really good. Like, so many movies don't stick the landing. This one did.
No. As Jason will tell you.
So it's funny. It's got some dark stuff in it. The two guys who made it. So then I saw an interview with them afterwards, and it turns out that they improv'd the whole movie. So, you know, they know where they want to get from each scene, but they didn't write the dialogue. They knew. But what they also did was they had other people in the movie that didn't know what they were actually doing. So they told them, like, we're like, they were under the Making the Murderer kind of impression. So they did like a ride along with a cop and talk to people like in a town. So those people are answering as if they're in a real documentary. So there's a point where you don't know exactly who is part of the movie and who's just somebody off the street that they were talking to.
Like Gary Busey, Pet Court. He doesn't know what's real and what's not real.
So this is on Tubi. I think it's worth a watch. I enjoyed it.
All right, and it's
Never
free.
even heard of it.
Somebody mentioned it on a podcast like that I listened to last week, and I was like, oh, I jotted it down.
How dare you listen to other podcasts? You're banned 1 week.
I was like the Aperture Hour.
It sounds like it's up my alley. I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay. What the hell else did I watched Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
Oh my
God.
Lord, that's like $20 on Amazon.
It was not cheap. This movie is kind of frustrating because it looked really good. Some of the CG wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as the first trailer led me to believe.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some really cool shots in this. Like someone's getting attacked by zombies in the dark, and just the muzzle flash is lighting the scene as they're trying to shoot zombies. Like stuff like that is done really well. And then the writing is just terrible. It almost felt like one of those where 10 different people kind of had their hand in screwing with it right before they shot it, because it just, and like stupid stuff. Like the first indication things had gone awry was when this woman is trying to run from zombies and just jumps on a motorcycle that happened to have the keys in it and drives away. And I'm like, what? And then like from there, it just snowballed in just stupid occurrences. Characters doing dumb shit. It was frustrating. But as I'm watching, I'm like, that was a pretty cool scene. Oh, that looked all right.
Did the story make any sense? This is rise above the other Resident Evil movies.
Dude, I mean, anything makes more sense than the other Resident Evil movies. Yeah, the story wasn't great. It's not great. And to be honest, I think they had too many characters in it.
Right.
They're just constantly introducing somebody new and bouncing back and forth. And I think they were trying to get all the characters from the games in to make fans happy, is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
But in doing so, it diluted the story quite a bit for me. So not a great movie. This is a good example. This dude is on fire and walks in, but it's CG fire. I'm like, you can do a stunt where you set a guy on fire easily. Like, why, of all things, would you CG that?
There's so much CG fire. I'm not even joking.
It drives me nuts.
They must just save so much on insurance and stuff.
I was just thinking the same thing. Maybe
probably.
the insurance for the stuntmen.
It looks like shit. Stop doing it, sons of bitches.
Yeah.
So,
CG fire never looks real.
No, it never, ever looks real. Same with smoke. Every time I see smoke, I'm like, oh, God. Here we go again.
Now, would you rather sit through every Resident Evil movie in a row or every Underworld movie in a row?
Underworld. Oh, no.
I'd be
The
Underworld.
Underworld movies are way better, but I have had a lot of fun. I haven't watched all the Resident Evils yet, but if you want to watch a bad movie and just laugh, those are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I always, whenever I would get the flu, I just sit and watch Underworld movies. It's kind of like my thing, but wearing masks and stuff for years now, I haven't gotten sick, so I can't really enjoy. I can't see like what I feel well going. I'm just going to sit down and watch 5 Underworld movies. I need to be laid out. By the way,
I've only seen the first
working from home has screwed up that whole thing, though. Because now there's like, for me, there's no more like, oh, I'm calling in sick. I'm just going to rest. It's always,
right.
Are you logged on? Are you doing things? Like, no, I want to watch 5 Underworld movies, please.
My company's like, you're either here or you're not. Kate Beckinsale is in a movie I just watched called Jolt.
Oh, you see that? I haven't watched it yet.
That's a lot of fun. She's as a kid, she had this thing where she's got too much cortisol running through her system and has this hair trigger temper. And you watch her as a kid beating the shit out of everyone and anyone. So as she's gotten older, this scientist has come up with a way for her to like press a button and basically electrocute herself to calm herself down from killing people. It's a shit ton of fun. And she's gorgeous. To the point where my wife, that's all she talked about to the homework. She goes, "Are you sure that's her?" She goes, "There's no way you should look that good at that age." I'm like, well, it is. Jolt is a panic. Fun movie. But that's not the movie I'm reviewing. I just wanted to bring it up.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. No, my last thing is actually a book. It's Billy Silver by Daniel Volpe, who I met with Mr. Tim Meyer. Maybe Tim doesn't remember meeting him because Tim didn't remember that other author. Jesus Christ. I had reviewed another book that I got from Talia, and he writes, Dan, he looks like a normal person, but he's obviously fucked in the head. Like, his books are, I mean, they're so vicious and they're full of like creepy, it's very extreme horror. So basically, Billy Silver is a piece of garbage. He's a guy who is a junkie, plays shitty guitar in a band. I think, what do they call themselves? Shit Fist? Yeah, that's the name of their band, is Shit Fist, which is a great name for a band. He's got a junkie girlfriend that he beats and bangs her in the ass the night before and then doesn't shower and makes her suck him off the next day. You're like,
Jesus.
Yeah,
so it's a rom-com.
Yeah, a total rom-com. Yeah, I could see Sandra Bullock in her prime being in this movie. And she's, she whores herself out for drugs with a pimp and everything. So everyone in this thing is garbage, hot garbage, but it's so extreme and out there. And the fact that I've met this guy who seems like he would probably do my taxes, it's just crazy. I love both these books that I've read. It takes him to very dark places. And basically what happens in this book, Billy gets a free tattoo that starts kind of taking over him and compelling him to do even worse things if that's possible. So, and it's a quick novella. It's like 120 pages or something. It's like Michael Clark, no such thing as DNF or Hunter. There is. I just don't talk about those books. Because I'm trying to be positive. I'm the voice of positivity. And Josh Marcella, if you make Shitfist your new name, you will be my hero.
That should be his Twitter handle.
Shitfist.
Oh, God.
So if you like extreme horror, like unflinching horror, you've got Steve Barnard and you've got Daniel Volpe. 2 people who don't seem to give a fuck. And good for them.
Oh, awesome.
Who's up?
Are we done?
How
about you, Jack?
All right, just to get this one out of the way, because I watched it, and I'm not going to watch this and then not cash it in.
Oh, you must have paid for it.
No, I watched Paranormal Activity, the marked ones.
You know what? I tried to watch it. Oh, no, this one I did see. It's the new one that I tried to find it, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I was hoping that the new one was going to be available somewhere, and I'm not paying to see that. but this one's from 2014, so the details are a little bit vague. But I think they're like in L.A. somewhere, and they live in an apartment building, and this woman dies, who they is suspected of, like everybody in the neighborhood calls her a witch. And then they end up getting into the apartment, and there's like a trap door, and
Which?
they start getting attacked by entities and things like that, and a bunch of nonsense happens and everything. And
That
then
guy's face in the picture before, that sums it up right there. Right there.
then they start
Tim
dropping
reading the script.
they start dropping like names and references to the other movies, which it's all a blur.
Yeah.
And
Katie.
then all of a sudden, like at the end of the movie, they start like multiverse of madness jumping through like portals into like other parts of the trilogy or whatever, the Paranormal Activity movies, and they end up like in the first movie, like they time traveled or something like that. And
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of like those women, like they're chasing them around in this house. The ending had me laughing enough that I didn't like jump off a bridge after watching this movie, but it was just this movie. If you like this movie, I'm happy for you. This franchise really ran out of gas.
Well,
I think this one's better than some of the other sequels too, which is
I think 1 is excellent. I love part 3.
Yeah, 3 was good.
Yep.
And I thought the Ghost Dimension was so stupid it was funny.
I don't think I saw that one.
Terrible movie with a really attractive lead actress.
Exactly.
I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah. She's like Patricia Arquette. She looks like her. So good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, this new one I would say is probably the third best one. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long, but I want to say it's probably the third, and then the marked ones is probably the fourth, which is
wow.
Yeah.
When they start just like portal jumping or whatever, that's what's like, wait, what? Okay.
God, I remember when we saw that first one and we came home, my wife could not sleep. And even I was like looking around the room a lot. It kind of flipped us out.
This one?
No, the original.
Oh, yeah, the original's excellent. Excellent.
It's okay.
But Tina, if you haven't seen the third, watch the third. It's some people argue it's the best of the whole bunch. So
I think I like that one. That might be my favorite one.
Didn't we see that together?
There's a good chance.
I think we did. At the movies, I think. Ooh, at the cinema.
Let's go out to the lobby.
Keep reaching down in that popcorn.
So I watched that. That's all I got.
You got anything else, Jason?
I'm done.
All right. So we are going to go get in our jet planes and fly all the way to Thailand to review The Medium.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Word has it that Jack got a subscription to Babbel and has been learning how to speak Thai so he can describe the movie in Thai. Am I right? Or was I wrong?
No, I had Thai food last week.
Oh, shit. Got a good pad Thai.
Yeah, and that the chicken on the skewers with the peanut sauce. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, chicken satay?
Satay.
I'm hungry now.
Don't ask me what this movie's about, please.
It's about a Thailand bruja. Mixing up all kinds of...
There's a woman who's supposed to be a shaman for a god. It was supposed to be her sister, but her sister didn't want it, so she took it on.
Yes. You're good so far.
And then her niece starts to get possessed.
Yes.
And then a lot of weird stuff happens. And then a lot of crazy stuff happens.
There you go. You did it.
It's a dead simple story.
You made it through.
It is not a simple story, though. Like, it is a simple story, but it is also a very, I don't know, convoluted or complex story. Because
you gave us a long log line. But yeah, there's a lot that goes on in this movie. For sure. So Mr. Thai Foo is head foo, head roll foo, witch foo, shaman foo, heads and strings foo.
Vagina hand to the face foo.
Oh,
yes.
Man. That was a good one. Slap.
So I liked this movie a lot. It is okay. It's a possession movie. I am so freaking sick of possession movies. I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched one because I got so sick of them. When that glut of
Oh,
found footage possession movies started hitting Prime a couple years ago, like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
it was crazy.
And this one follows pretty much the same beats as every possession movies, but it's really well made. And it's done in a documentary style, so it was still engaging to me. It was still interesting to me, even though it was like, okay, I've seen all this. Until the end. The end is so batshit crazy. I was like, okay, I like this movie, even though it's a half an hour too long, maybe even 40 minutes too long.
Yeah.
It is 2 hours and 10 minutes, which is inexcusable. That is just nonsense.
Inexcusable.
That is nonsense. There's no reason for you could cut the first like 30 minutes out of the first 40 out and nothing would change in the movie. So
Yes.
it's way too long. It's a standard possession story, but it's done so well. And the end, man, it is like batshit crazy. So I ended up digging it quite a bit.
Yeah. All right there, Mr. Medium. Why are you medium? Oh, I get it. Medium coffee. This whole time I'm wondering, why did Jack choose medium coffee? Oh, it's the medium. Mhm.
I didn't
Yeah,
get that
so-
at all.
You guys are idiots.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
correct.
I will echo that. It's a great movie that's too long. It's got pacing problems. But the ending is worth the price of admission. It's great. And you mentioned that slap. There's some nice brutal stuff that happens in this movie that
Yes.
I'm not sick of possession movies when they go there. I think possession movies have to have an edge to them. I mean, look at The Exorcist. You
Right.
know, there's some stuff that happens. You're just horrified at the crucifix scene and all that.
Mhm.
So this movie did a lot of that. But yeah, it definitely like it's almost like two movies, the first half and the second half. But there's some lulls in there. I'm like, okay, they could have sped this up a little bit. They could have or there's a lot of layers to the story where you think of this is happening and then this is happening. Maybe pull out one or two of those things to speed it up a little bit. But in the long run, it's definitely a good movie. And I watched it a week ago, so a lot of the details from that are gone, and just my
Fading
impressions from
fast.
like but the scenes that stick with you. So
Yeah.
I look back and I go, oh yeah, that movie was great. So thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny because wasn't Tim the reason we watched this movie? Or was
No,
it you,
I
Jack?
said it.
It was you. All right. I remember I
Jack
saw a
picks
couple.
all the movies we watched.
You're in charge. I'd heard some bad things about this movie, which is why I didn't pull the trigger when I saw it on Shudder. But I think I caught some of like the few negative reviews. So and then when I didn't realize it was set in Thailand, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm all for Asian horror. The fact that it was like a mockumentary, to me, that seems like such a stupid American thing. So the way that they were doing it, I thought that was actually kind of cool. I like the way they handled it.
Completely invading your privacy and
Yeah.
recording you in the bathroom with your period.
Whew. my wife watched this one night at like 2 a.m. because she couldn't sleep, and she thought it was real.
On Shudder.
Right. Well, she thought that they found this documentary.
How
that
does
was
anybody
about
watch any
possession.
movie and think it's real after the Blair Witch Project? I mean, come on.
After 2 o'clock in the morning, my wife is not thinking straight anymore, so it freaks her out. One night she was all freaked about thinking somebody had done voodoo on her after watching some movie in a fugue state. So I don't know what the hell goes on. I really like this movie. I like this movie a lot. I do agree it could have been shorter, but I didn't feel the length of it when I watched it. There's something about the aesthetic of movie making in like Thailand and Indonesia that it sings to me. So I thought this was great. I never am going to ever see a movie where I hear a character's name screamed out and called out so many times. Mink, mink, mink.
Yeah, that was annoying. Like when they're in the field
Non-stop.
looking around, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. But the good thing about there are some truly creepy scenes in this. There's some truly quiet, creepy scenes, and then some truly like over the top scenes. And here's a little lesson for anybody in filmmaking. Do some things to get people like unsteady on their feet, and then introduce a baby and really make people wonder what the F is going to happen. I thought that was brilliant. I think we're afraid to do things to babies here in America.
Yeah, it's just such a weird
I don't
cultural
understand
norm
it.
we have.
I don't understand it. Whatever. Although I guarantee you, if I made a movie where I killed a baby and killed a puppy, I would be run out of town for the puppy death for sure.
Correct.
If I killed a puppy off screen, a baby brutally on screen, the puppy would get me done.
Yep, that's correct.
So this whole world deserves coronavirus. So anyway, I liked it a lot. If I regret that I didn't see it just a week ago, it would have made my list for.
Did this come out last
2021.
year?
It did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it had been sitting on my queue for a few months.
Yeah,
So,
this probably would have made my list for the ending alone.
yeah, that ending is crazy. And I did like. Look, we're not from Thailand, so the fact that 3 vanilla faces from America could get this movie and really enjoy it speaks to how well it was made. Because I think there are things that there's levels that we don't understand because this just is it's not in our experience.
All the shaman stuff at the beginning, I was like, okay, like I understand what you're saying, but like culturally, it means nothing.
Right. And what was the name of the god or the goddess that she was the medium for?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Basan or Bonson?
Bayan or something like that. Bionic.
Bionic. Oh my god, I can't remember that. Bayan, that's it. I just kept thinking of Arrested Development when they adopted that Asian kid who kept going Anyan.
Oh god,
That they kept calling him Anyan.
Anya.
Anyan.
Wow, I haven't thought about that in a while.
That's what I was hearing. I was like, oh, Arrested Development. Here we go.
Yeah, I have some questions for you when we get into spoilers because a couple of things I want to make sure I'm clear on. I watched this movie later in the night, so that was part of the problem. Like I was tired, and so I was like, "Come on!" And then, like once the third act starts, you're like, "Oh, you're
tired, sweating booze." I'm hanging in there.
I got the shakes.
Cut my eyes open.
The girl who was possessed did an outstanding job with the physical acting. She had to really contort her body and do some weird shit with her head and her eyes and crawling around. She did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, she's a beautiful girl too, whoever she is.
Yes, she was.
There was some. Naturally, we thought of Jack when her boss pulled up the CCTV footage of her shenanigans in the office.
They didn't shy away from that.
Saved.
No,
I thought so because it's mockumentary style, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
The found footage parts at the end, there were a few times where I'm like, why are you still recording?
Oh, there was a bunch of times like drop the camera and run.
Yeah,
Well,
like
in one place they installed cameras, but I can't remember.
Yeah, but there's a lot of places.
At the very end, there are a couple points I'm like, yeah, no. No.
You're not filming that.
No. Not after you literally just I don't want to say it because of spoilers, but there was one part I'm like, okay. You could have used maybe like you drop the camera and it creatively lands because there is no chance in hell anyone is standing there recording this.
And keeping it in frame.
Yeah.
It's going to be my masterpiece if I survive.
But, otherwise, as far as found footage goes, it was really well done. Really well done.
It really, I mean, probably top 5 if you're going to do kind of like a found footage thing. But is it found footage? Really? I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's under that umbrella, but it's
I
put mockumentary.
It's first person.
There you go. So yeah, should we get the spoilers? Should you whip out that bell?
First
that
spoiler
bell looks like it could be from
spoiler bell
Thailand.
of the new year.
I feel like I should have a bowl of milk and chicken coxcomb or something here, a little altar.
Okay, so the medium in the story.
Yes.
She was not supposed to be the vessel for the god, but her sister just didn't want it. So she took it, and then it elevated her place in the community, right?
Yes, her name was Nim, and Nim became kind of like a focus of the community. They come to her for things. She remember she talked about how like she liked doing the ceremonies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
gave her this kind of elevated sense of purpose.
So then Nim dies later in the movie.
Hmm.
Shockingly, actually.
Then the stinger, like post-credit scene, they have a little thing where they go back and talk to her. And she kind of raises the doubt that she goes, sometimes I wonder if I ever actually had the spirit in me or something to
Right.
that effect. What does that mean for the rest of the movie?
Okay. So she had a conversation with her sister at one time because her sister converted to Christianity after getting like this, like when you get the call, it's a physical thing, and she just kind of rejected it and went to Christianity. And she had asked her sister, have you ever seen this goddess? And she says no, but it's a matter of faith. Everything's about like what you believe in. And she had, at the very end, you realize, wow, this all went to shit because potentially she lost her faith and wasn't able to do anything. So it was doomed from the start.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because at the end, it seemed like everything was working till numbnuts at the apartment opened the door and let the girl out.
True.
Everything seemed to be working, so who knows? So the whole shaman thing, I found interesting at the beginning, and then it got very boring, and it ended up playing no part in the end of the film. So they could have seriously cut that part down a little bit.
Like
and then
her part or the other guy?
Yes.
And
then
you
even
gotta
like
have somebody trying to solve the problem.
when they put all the cameras in the house too, and it completely changed the style of the movie for like a half an hour. I was like, this maybe could have been trimmed a little. Like, you got to just get this down a little bit to get
the 7 days before the ceremony.
Yeah, that was like a total stylistic change.
But they're trying to figure out what's happening, and she goes missing for a while, and they find her in that building. They think one thing has happened to the brother, then you find out something really scuzzy has happened with the brother.
Well, yeah. So she's definitely potentially possessed because of her incestuous relationship with her brother.
Right.
So I mean, there's a whole lot of like, is this what's happening? Let's find out. Nope, that's not it. It's this. Wait, no, it's not. It's this. Like maybe if they had just done one or two less of those things,
and we don't know what it was. You know, it ends, and you're like, oh, she's possessed by something. It's not good, but
yeah.
I did think the end when it goes full on like end of VHS 2, that segment at the cult compound. That's just what this reminded me of so much. It was like, holy shit.
By the way, that other shaman guy, he had a lot of helpers. That's a lot of people to turn into possessed lunatics.
He did. His body must be very brittle too, because he didn't fall that far and he was like destroyed.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, he fell like one floor.
Yeah.
His every bone is pointing in another direction.
Dude had osteoporosis really badly.
He's Mr. Glass.
Yeah, he really was. I'm like, good Lord.
But that whole thing with like the incest thing, when the slap and the suggest, I forget what she says to her uncle.
Well, there's a whole sins of the fathers thing running through this whole thing. Like, it's all about karma. The whole movie is about karma.
But I like that edge that the movie had. Like, this could have been so vanilla, and it wasn't. And that's what I liked.
I love now, Jason, you mentioned that, when they did that turn, when they set up the cameras in the house, I like that stuff.
I did too.
That felt like Paranormal Activity. There's that scene when I think the aunt goes up the stairs and the girl, you see her face just come out of the darkness under the stairs.
Yeah, that was great.
Creepy ass scene right there.
No, I like that stuff too. It's just, it was really late in the movie, and I feel like if anything, I would have kept that and cut stuff earlier in the movie, because I thought all that worked really well. Really well. That girl did such an awesome job slinking around that apartment.
Peeing on things.
The dog.
Yeah, the dog didn't piss my wife off as much as I expected.
Why?
I don't know.
That was horrible.
It was a really rough death for a dog, and I don't know, maybe because it was a little ankle biter. I don't know.
I mean, stuffed it in a pot,
a boiling
carrying
pot,
it upside down, and then ate it.
Yeah.
Tore it to pieces and ate it.
Now,
All right. We got to talk to your wife.
there was a thing about spirits who were decapitated people, spirits of decapitated people.
Yes,
Yeah,
might be
from-
their family.
The father's family.
Yeah.
And then there was a decapitated statue of the goddess.
Yes. Which
Oh,
we know
that's
that Minx
true.
did that. For sure.
That's
For
true.
someone who was possessed, they gave her a lot of free reign to roam around at night. I'm
I
like,
thought
why
the
is
same
she
thing too.
Tired to the effing bed.
Like, she killed your dog, and you don't even lock her door. Like,
Did they not even lock her door after she took the baby?
I think the baby was when they finally like locked and screwed the door closed or something.
I got to tell you, I was tense in that scene. I'm like, oh God, what'd she do to the baby? What'd
Yeah.
she do to the baby?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
really
baby.
let her roam around.
I was like, this girl's obviously insane. Possessed, whatever you want to call it, she should not be allowed to move. Especially, every day you got to clean the goddamn house up every day, every morning because of what she does. That's one and done.
Yeah, yeah,
One and done.
exactly. They tolerated a lot.
They sure did. And
Yeah,
they paid the price.
I thought there was something else I wanted to mention, but I think we hit it all. The ending totally makes up for any other shortcomings the movie had, as small or not so small as they were at times. The end
You have to be ready for the slow build up.
yes, yeah.
But I mean, all the acting was on point for everybody.
There was one line because they would occasionally flash text on the screen like, "Oh, the producers have decided." This was like the crew have decided she's definitely possessed.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, okay. Who the hell are you?
You experts, you.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I'm curious. Like, I want to learn more about like the whole thing with the shaman. With everybody, there was string everywhere, just fucking string from the ceiling, the walls, around people's heads, necks. I'm like, I honestly want to know what
silly
that means.
string.
It's we're gonna just get rid of the spirits with silly string. It's so weird.
There was a part where she was doing some kind of ritual, the shaman woman, and it took a long time.
Oh,
like
with the egg?
long, and I like that. Just like what was that movie? A Dark Song.
Yeah,
Dark Song.
Where
yes,
it's not
it
just
reminded me of
I
that.
just sit down and read a couple things, and here comes the demon. It was like just to get any kind of confirmation on what she was asking. It took like a day or 2 days or something.
I think
I
it
thought
took
that
a
was-
month.
Was it that
I'm
long?
not kidding. I think it was like a month.
she
But
was
kept
missing
going
for a
out
month.
there. There's a
Well,
lot going on. This
I
was
think the
not
girl
a
was
short-term
missing
thing.
when they found her in the building.
Yeah.
I think she was like missing for like a month.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Was it a month it took? Okay. Yeah. So I like that. That was well done.
Yeah. No, there's so much good in this movie. I'm so pissed I didn't watch it last year. But hey, you know what? Go back to the last episode, folks, and just inject this somewhere in my top 13. Wherever you want
Yeah.
to put it. As long as it's
I'll
not
give you
one or
that.
two. That's reserved for Psycho Gorman and Malignant. They are untouchable.
Awesome.
So, Jack, are we done with this movie?
We're done.
We're done with
Good.
this movie. All right. Jack, do you have anything in the hopper for next week? What do you think?
Well, one question would be: is Lamb worth a whole show about?
No. It's a
I
good
was-
movie and you should watch it, but what are we going to talk about horror wise? I mean,
Yeah, that's a problem there. I agree. I like the movie a lot, though.
I like it too. I like it a lot. It's really weird and interesting, but as far as a horror movie,
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another foreign movie on Shudder called The Columnist.
The Columnist.
Never heard of that.
What country does it hail from?
Somewhere in the Swedish.
Sweden. I
I
had Swedish
think
meatballs for New Year's Eve.
somewhere in that Northern Europe.
I like
what is
about
it called
Sweden.
again?
The Columnist. The chick from the movie, the TV show Evil, is in it.
Evil.
It's about a journalist who gets pushed too far from social media.
Sure.
Or we
That's
could.
fine. That's on Shudder.
That is on Shudder.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Or we could just do Giallo movies because that's all I'm talking about next week. All the Giallo movies I watched. I've watched like 5 of them.
We could decide later in the week, but
All right. So there you go. You have a little sneak peek into what goes on in our boring discussions about what
You really
movies
did.
to
Jack,
bring
what should we watch? He lists 3. We pick one.
We could just pick. We
Done.
could decide on the columnist next Thursday.
Every now and then I'll go, hey, why don't we watch this? No. Okay. I don't care. Tim's like, fuck, whatever. Probably won't even be there to talk about it. So whatever.
I just want to see if there's any new releases or anything. But
Okay.
I'm not going
I
to
don't
the
think there
theater to
is.
see Scream.
I'm not going to a theater to see anything.
Is Scream this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Damn it. I don't think I'll be able to go.
No, nobody should be going to that.
I'm not going.
Ain't
I would
nobody
go,
got
but
time for
we're
that
recording so bad it's good, and I get slightly inebriated.
shit. So Scream is out. Yeah, it's January also. This is dumpster diving for movies. Anything that's out in the theater now is always garbage. So
Yeah.
there we go. Shudder. We'll find something on Shudder. Or maybe some shitty movie on Tubi from the 70s no one's ever heard of. Who knows? All right. As always, we thank you for being here with us with our stupidity and silliness, and we invite you to come back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more of The Final Guys. Until then, stay warm and good night.
Bye, everyone.
Game over.